Okay, can you figure out what I'm doing yet with my clock face? I started out painting it with Dixie Belle French linen, and I thought that was a good look, but it's not exactly what I'm going for. So I decided to try the Chestnut Mare from Fusion. So I painted it with Chestnut Mare. It's almost dry, and I thought it needed something else, so I have been adding this Country Chic paint color. I haven't been able to find, it's Ooh La La, I believe is the name of it, Ooh La La. I did thrift this at a garage sale. A lady had some that she didn't use, so I have 2 containers of this. But I'm going to try to blend that in. So I put some of the Ooh La La into a cup, and I'm still using the paintbrush that I used when I painted the Fusion Chestnut Mare. So what I have done is I've added just like a few little strips here and there. And then I'm spritzing that with my water bottle. It's just regular water in my bottle. And I'm trying to blend the two together. See, I'm wanting like a veiny look, I guess, like a stony type look. And then I didn't like these little runs that the water was giving, so I'm taking a foam brush, and I am just kind of trying to get those out so you don't see them quite as much. But I don't want to blend too much with that because I like the look that it's created. I feel like I need just a little bit more water over here. And I just keep turning it. Okay, so I'm gonna take this. I don't like this line right here, so I'm gonna see if I can take my brush and blend it a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm not going for a perfect look on this. Okay, so I think I'm gonna let this dry and see what it looks like, and I will be back. Okay, so now I'm working on the frame, the metal frame, and I am using this Elegant Finishes metallic paint by Decor Art. I have had this for such a long time. It goes a long, long way. And that's what I'm gonna try to use to give this like an old fashioned gold look, like an antique gold look. So I may have to, once it dries, I may have to put some dark wax on it. I'm not for sure yet. But that's what I'm doing. I wanted to show you what I'm doing to the frame. So I'm going to continue working on that, and then I will be back. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm trying to get just a very, very light wash onto my mold. So I am taking a little bit of that Ooh La La from Country Chic and a little bit of the Chestnut Mare from Fusion, and I'm just barely putting them on there. That might be too much actually, I hope not. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take my mister bottle and I'm going to mist those. And I have a little cup that I'm letting them run down in. I just want it very lightly, like this is too dark. I don't want this much, so I'm hoping I can keep spraying water to get the look that I want. I kind of want the two colors to mix together. So I do have a paper towel here. Let's see if I can do that. I just want her to have a very light wash of these two colors. That's better. Okay, that's looking better. So I'm going to continue doing this and I will be back. Okay, I just wanted to show you real quick the water that I've been pouring into the cup. That is now what I'm using to give me the look that I want on the mold. So I am just pouring that on there and then pouring that off. Make sure you have your surface covered or a bigger bowl or something to pour your water in. And then I'm just kind of dabbing that off. So I wanted to show you that after you could, probably the easier way for me to have done that is to put a little bit of each color in the bowl and then water it down and put it on my mold like that. Okay, I'm going to continue this and I will be back. Okay, I'm back and I wanted to show you really quick. The gold paint has dried. I did take it outside to finish it, just to be in the fresh air. And after it dried, I thought it was still a little too bright for what I wanted. So I thought about black wax and then I decided on the Dixie Belle Voodoo Gel Stain in Tobacco Road. More of a brownish color on here, and I thought it made it look really old. And I also wanted to let you know, I went ahead, my mold is drying over there, but I went ahead and glued the mold on. I don't know if I said this earlier, but the mold is glued to a very thin oval plaque that I thrifted at the flea market. So I have glued the mold on to that little plaque, and then the back of the plaque is not painted at all, and I glued the plaque onto what used to be the clock surface. So, and I used Titebond original wood glue for that. So I just wanted to let you know that, and I will be back when everything is dry and put back together. Okay, one last step before I put it all back together. When the clock mechanism got taken out, it left the hole, of course, and I thought I could just put, I wanted to leave the place where the screws go. So I'm just going to put a piece of black cardstock over the top of that and then trim it down with sandpaper or something. And I'm just going to use my Scotch Create Permanent Glue Stick to do that. So I just thought that would make it a little bit nicer on the back. You could cover the whole thing if you wanted to, and the screws would probably still go through there. I would just mark, if your paper covers the whole thing, I would just mark on the paper where the screws need to go. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so here she is, the IOD Persephone mold. I was trying to make her look like a cameo, like an antique piece of jewelry. Sorry for the glare. I love the way the background came out. So what would you have done? The clock did work and then it stopped working. So I decided to repurpose it. What would you have done with the clock? Would you have just tried to fix it, or would you repurpose it? I am so glad that I repurposed it. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you have a great day.